Good evening, good afternoon,
Good morning.
Fabulites. Talking about the real DNA test. It's a walk and talk. Miss Bella done found something on the side of the road. She is the expert scavenger. All right, but we got the results back. My mom took a DNA test. And I guess I was like, yeah, if my mother and my father take one, that's better. And then, when I take, I don't know, but for some reason I had this feeling that once the DNA test results came back in, that it would be the answer, that I would know. I don't know. I don't know what I thought I was going to know.
Well, you do know something.
Yeah, you do know some things, but
I'm 82% African.
my mother is 82% African, 31% of which is Nigerian.
Right.
But look, I'm all like, well, shoot, I don't know. It was kind of demotivating for me or something. Maybe I'm still processing. But I was just kind of like, womp, womp.
Well, family stories always said that my grandmother was a full-blooded Indian, but we have no Native American
According
in the
to
DNA.
according to the man's results.
Well, that's all we kind of have to go on
Well,
since we don't have any more information. No one knows the tribe. No one knows her real name. She was supposedly adopted. So, we did the best we could. But the DNA does not suggest any Native American. It suggests, 13% European?
yeah, I think it was 15% European. She's like the opposite of a octoroon. She's like I said, a niggeroon, a niggeroon. So I don't know what I am, but she's African royalty. All kinds of mixes of Africanness. And Nigerians are so plentiful. And it's not surprising for someone to have a lot of Nigerian, I would guess, because there's so many people in the world are Nigerian. But and also just the arbitrariness of those country lines that have been drawn. So, it's just arbitrary. Nigeria. What were some of the other ones? Oh, and then the other thing that I had been holding on to is that when my mom went to Morocco, a lot of people this is a story I heard.
Didn't but one person tell me that, but I remembered it.
She remembered it, and I amplified it. So to me, everywhere she went, people were telling her she was from the Sudan. You're from the Sudan. So I've always, since then, and I learned that when I was young. So since I've been paying attention, I've had a particular interest in the people of the Sudan, because I'm like, that's where my mother's people are from. That's what they said when she went to Africa. Probably the Moroccans were just trying to say she looked dark, but I don't know. I don't know enough of the history and the context. But Sudanese people do look dark. A lot of the ones that I've been able to see and track. But we didn't find any Sudanese in that ancestry DNA stuff either, did we?
Not nary. Not even a trace, I don't think.
Not even a trace. And they found traces of Chinese, Middle Eastern. They found
Asian.
Asian. So it's been, I think it's been 2 days since we got the results. The first day when we got the email, we were coming back from a rehearsal, and I was like, you have your tablet? Look on your tablet. Look on the email. See what the link is. And she was like, I'm just going to read my book. I don't really care. And I was like, oh my gosh. Inside of my head, I was exploding because I felt like I had to know. I had to get the answers. I need the truth right now. But you can't make grown people do nothing. So I just went on. And then the next day, by the time you got it, it was kind of like the logistics of logging on to Ancestry DNA and having had multiple accounts. I'm not sure what the issue was, but by the time she logged on, I was about tired of the whole,
Right, you wasn't even excited.
I wasn't even excited by that time. It wore me out. And then we did look at it on the tablet, and it was kind of interesting in an abstract way, like, we're black. We fit the, what do they call it, the phenotype, And so it was like, it wasn't anything.
It wasn't a shocking surprise.
Oops. Hey, I love you too. Yeah, I had to switch hands. Yeah, it wasn't a shocking surprise, and I was just kind of like, you know, I don't know. So, anything else on the ancestry DNA? And then it's like, it's so complicated. It's like, you know, double double relatives perhaps, and then some people who you know as your first cousins were showing up on your list higher than other people as you know as your first cousins. And I know that two siblings, like even if twins get DNA done, their DNA is not identical unless they're identical twins. So,
well, one of the things that I kind of figured out is that they do 40 some different analysis, and each one is different. So they kind of take a composite or average of that.
okay, hold this. So, oops, you got to be careful because you got buttons down there.
Okay.
Hold it like that. Yeah. So they take a composite and an average of that.
Right. So it seems like it's a wide enough sample that you should get, you know, a pretty representative
Some information.
idea. Yeah.
But see, the thing about it is, what I'm saying with siblings is that everybody gets half. You know, you get half
Right.
of your mother's DNA and half of your father's DNA, but you don't always get the same. You don't get the same half.
Exactly.
Let's go over here to this garbage can. You don't get the same half, so it's kind of like you still don't really have all of the information or all of the answers. I don't know why. You know, I'd be trying to look for all the information and all the answers. Can I just be satisfied with some of the information and some of the answers? But, so, I mean, that's part of it. You don't get, you know, everything. And it was something else I was going to say, but I forgot, so it probably wasn't nothing anyway.
But I have
Oops.
87 pages of matches of people that I'm related to. And most of them I've never heard of before.
Yeah, and you know, the person who we're dealing with, we have I don't know if we have a strong, well, on my he's part of my family, but we only found out through DNA. He came to us because the DNA connected him with one of our cousins who had done DNA and was on Ancestry.com. So he's like a fourth or fifth cousin or something to her. So, shoot, but the world is probably full of people, especially when you start getting the fourth and fifth cousins who are related. You know, don't go any further than that because that's everybody in the world, right?
Probably.
I mean, I think he's probably closer. I think it's probably, from what I could figure out when I was really paying attention, he's like a descendant of one of my great uncles. But, you know, when you start looking at descendants, shoot, that could be hundreds, thousands of people,
Yeah.
you know? And then it quickly escalates to a whole bunch of people to be trying to keep track of and know. But he's, you know, he's lovely. But it seems like it's so many people that you are related to and connected to. And it's hard enough. Like I might not have said it, but you got on your father's side, what, 87 first cousins?
81 first cousins.
81 first cousins on the father's side. And you probably got the same amount on your mama's side.
No.
50, 20.
Yeah, it was probably more like 20 or something. It wasn't that many on my mother's side.
On my mother's side, that's Kim and Chuck. I got 2 first cousins.
Mm-hmm.
On my father's side, I got more. I probably got 10 or 12 first cousins on my father's side. But I mean, when you're talking about 100 first cousins, how
That's
you
a
gonna
lot.
keep track of their children? I mean, it's no wonder that, you know, we barely know each other. That's a lot of people.
But a lot of the usernames are like email accounts or something. It's not names, so you don't know who it is, you know?
Yeah, this is some Ancestry DNA jargon she's
Right.
talking about. Because they have a system where you could just record information about your family, but what they're really selling you is these DNA tests. And then, you know, you discover people like we discovered our cousin who's having a family reunion this summer, who's very helpful and interesting and informative, and, you know, it's nice to know him. Nice enough, I guess, shoot. So,
I'm gonna go.
yeah, I want to go. I mean, why not know more rather than less, I guess. Yeah, why not know more? Yeah.
All right.
All right, so that's it for Ancestry DNA. And then, I don't know, I think there's been some kind of transformation, because guess who started walking at the time that AM Joy had already come on and wasn't even watching AM Joy? I'm not saying any names or anything, but
That show that came on last night, I don't know if they were using the graphics from her morning show or if they just condensed it.
oh, that's right. You found a PM Joy show. I forgot all about that. So you had your Joy fix. I ain't seen Joy in 2 weeks. Where's she at? How's she doing? What's she up to? I see her occasionally on Twitter. But anyway, so I'm gonna get home in enough time to get a little AM Joy. And I hope you get your PM Joy and all day joy. Have a wonderful, until I meet you again, be you, be fabulous, be fabulous. You.